Hello, COS supporters and COS volunteers. My name is Andrew, and this is the 5-Hour Activist Series, episode 19. Well, I am so thrilled to be here with you for another episode of my web series where I let you in on my experience as a district captain. As you might assume, I spend 5 hours a week in my district doing two things. I'm growing grassroots activism within my district, and I'm also building a relationship with my legislator. These are the two most important responsibilities that every district captain has. So this week I'm going to let you in on a few things that I've been doing within my district, and also I'm going to be talking about some of the things that Convention of States has been doing in light of the coronavirus crisis that we are all going through right now. So I hope you enjoy this episode of the 5-Hour Activist Series. So the first thing I did this week, as I usually do as a district captain, is I talked to new petition signers within my district. I called them, thanked them, asked if they'd like to join the movement, if they'd like to call their legislator, send an email to their legislator, or write a handwritten letter to their legislator asking their assembly member to support the Convention of States project. I also asked if they would like to join in a larger capacity where they could possibly join the follow-up team, making calls to other individuals who have recently signed the COS petition. I made sure to tune into the Tuesday night grassroots training webinar, hosted at 9 p.m. Eastern time every Tuesday. This week, Mike Ruthenberg came on the program and he talked about how to be an activist during the coronavirus crisis. He talked about how to exercise self-governance when going out and protesting. He showed us how to be safe and how to be the best activist you can be. And he talked so much about Open the States. Now, if you're unfamiliar what Open the States is, it is a spontaneous movement right now designed to open these state economies across the nation. Because right now, the excessive quarantine is devastating the American economy, the strongest economy in the world. The Open the States webpage is designed for two reasons. It's a one-stop shop for individuals to petition the president to put pressure on the governors and to petition your state representative, but also it's a place where people can go to find information about rallies and protests that are happening within their state. So please go check it out. Go to openthestates.com and check out and see if there are any rallies or protests happening in your city. So please make sure if you do go to these rallies to be safe, social distance, wash your hands, make sure you're covering your face with a mask. Don't give the other side any type of fodder, any type of ammunition to be used against us. Practice good self-governance right now. One of my favorite things that I did this week was I had a Zoom meeting with a couple of local district captains, John James, who's actually a regional captain now, and Angel Chen. They are amazing individuals, and I loved talking to them about how they are doing through this quarantine, how the coronavirus threat is affecting them, and what they are doing to stay engaged within their districts. It was such a great conversation that we decided we're going to do this Zoom meeting again next week, and hopefully we'll be able to bring in more district captains into the conversation so that we can talk about how to stay engaged within our districts despite going through a crisis. I continued to build my legislative contact team this week. However, this week I decided that I was not only going to call people, I'm also sending out text messages. I'm doing this because when I call, a lot of the time people don't answer. They just let it go to voicemail, probably because they don't recognize my phone number. But if I send a text message, the person is going to get it and they're going to see the information that I'm providing. In this text message, I detail ways that they can get involved by contributing minimal amounts of time. I talk about writing a handwritten letter to their legislator. I talk about emailing the legislator. I talk about also joining the follow-up team. The last thing I ask is if they would like to be part of the legislative contact team. The last thing I did this week is I wrote a handwritten letter to my assembly member, and I also wrote a handwritten letter to my governor. I asked them both to support opening California's economy. Likewise, I sent out an email blast to the supporters within my district, asking them to do the same thing, to write a handwritten letter to their governor, Gavin Newsom, and to also write a handwritten letter to their assembly member to support opening up California's economy. Well, those are just a few things that I did as a district captain within my district this week. I made sure to build upon that grassroots activism by calling petition signers, building a legislative contact team, sending out an email blast, And I also made sure to build and foster that relationship with my legislator, sending them out emails, writing handwritten letters. These are the most important parts of being a district captain. Only through our grassroots activism are we going to be able to get to a convention where we can limit the size, scope, and jurisdiction of the federal government. As district captains, we are the backbone of this movement. We're the tip of the spear. We are in the front lines. We are in the trenches, trying to build that grassroots army that's going to hold the federal government accountable and that's going to change the direction of this country away from suppressing liberty into fostering and developing liberty. Because the federal government is never going to do this. We can never elect the right people. The only way to do this is through a convention of states. So please get in your district, make sure that you engage that activism, build that relationship with your legislator, and please come back next week where I'll talk about some new things that I'm doing within my district. Until next time, this is the 5-Hour Activist Series, episode 19. Hope you have a blessed day. Bye.